Hello, I welcome you to session number 1 on the introduction and implementation of the pilot project. During the next 15 minutes, I will introduce the monitoring and reporting system we propose using during the pilot project implementation. During this module, we will discuss basic definitions: what, why, when, and by whom monitoring and reporting must be done, the needs for monitoring and reporting and evaluation systems, structure of monitoring and reporting system, data sources and information requirements, and reporting standards and templates. Monitoring, reporting, and evaluation are fundamental to managing results and generally good project management. Information produced through these processes is essential to managing and overseeing pilot project implementation. It is a means to support organizational learning and continuous improvement. Monitoring, reporting, and evaluation are also used to meet reporting accountabilities to various stakeholders, such as the World Bank and civil society, about the progress and performance of this pilot project. Key elements of the monitoring and reporting system are the results chain, including the outcome representing the project's purpose and describing the benefits. It shall also contain information about activities with milestones. Activities are the key actions, tasks, carried out using project inputs to achieve the planned outcome successfully. The system records the start and end dates for activities defined in the implementation plan, and progress on each activity is updated as relevant throughout project implementation. The next element is performance indicators for measuring results achievement, targets to be achieved, and a baseline of current information. They have a verifiable target value that identifies how much will be completed in a specific time frame. Regularly collecting data on the project's performance indicators throughout the implementation period provides project teams and stakeholders with up-to-date progress toward the desired outcome. This enables project teams to identify strengths and problems as they occur so that they can take corrective action on time. The third element of the monitoring and reporting system, data sources and reporting mechanisms, describe where information on the status of each indicator can be found, who provides the information, how the information is collected, such as specific data collection tools or methods, including survey of workshop participants, for instance, and how frequently it will be made available to inform project management, monitoring, reporting, and evaluation. As you learned from other videos, a pilot project is a set of objectives that should be achieved with a set of resources and activities within the specified time frames. The monitoring and reporting system will help us tracking whether we are achieving targets or behind schedule, or use more resources than planned, for instance. The basic concept of monitoring and reporting system provides the answers to the following key questions. What does the monitoring system do? Why do we need it? When can we use it? By whom? Who will do the monitoring and reporting? Project result monitoring. To answer a question on what to monitor and report, provides information about tracking inputs, activities, outputs, and other aspects of the project implementation in various dimensions. Why do we need it? To ensure successful project implementation. When can we use it? Continuously throughout project implementation as a fundamental part of the project management and supervision. Who is responsible for monitoring and reporting? The BRA, then the regional administration, and project managers and supervisors. Importance of the monitoring and reporting system is promoted by the needs for, most importantly, tracking progress toward the intended outcome, to optimize project outcomes by monitoring them and then managing the project's operation to maximize its outcomes, to demonstrate public accountability where the project results are measured and reported to all stakeholders, including the public, to show the value delivered from spending money, to support transparency in government where money spending on projects is open to public audit and project inputs, outputs, and outcomes can all be judged. What should the role be for the responsible organization? Develop, maintain, and secure data capturing systems that hold project performance results, can be achieved by well-defined and well-formulated reports, train supervisors and staff in monitoring and reporting techniques, conduct monitoring activities and report on the outcome performance, ensure quality control for monitoring and reporting process, and reviewing monitoring results and taking remedial action whenever it is required. We have previously discussed that a monitoring system needs input data. Where do we get these data and what are the information sources? We can distinguish three primary sources of data. Observations. This involves direct observation during field activities such as field supervision protocols and field visits. Information from individuals or groups. This includes interviews, notes from public meetings, information obtained during workshops and consultations, and official project documents. Official project documents include a list of participants and stakeholders, financial details of the project, a list of personal protective equipment, and other information to inform the baseline. Let us discuss the field supervision protocols, which are essential for efficient project management, supervision, and tracking of performance, including analyzing utilization of inputs. What information must be included in the field protocol? General information, such as district, location, address, street, area, date, protocol number, supervisor's name. Personnel checklist. Personnel checklist that includes names of cleanup workers, personal protective equipment distributed, working hours, and other information related to staff. Log of works include details on the number of dump sites removed, their characteristics, duration of the activity, and any remarks or observations related to the tasks performed. Photos before and after that will capture the surrounding environment to showcase the results of the activities. Incidents record that will provide details on each accident, such as name of the worker, type of the injury, the time when a person was injured, remedial action, and so on. Complaints records describing the nature of the complaint, time, and naming worker who raised the complaint. Payments, if cash paid daily, include records on each payment made to a particular worker, hours he worked, and worker's signature. Field supervisors prepare field protocols and submit to the chief field supervisor daily. Then the chief field supervisor prepares a summary of field protocols on a weekly basis and submits to the team leader. Using the information received from the field supervision units, the team leader prepares progress reports. Minutes of meeting and interviews. All the meetings during the implementation of this pilot project must be recorded and contain the following information: date, time, and location of the meeting, list of participants of the meeting, meeting's agenda and topics discussed during the meeting, arrangements and agreements that were made during the meeting. Make sure to highlight comments, feedback, and recommendations. Interviews are a good tool to evaluate project performance and inform planning. Social or community expert must carry out interviews with residents, community groups, business owners in the neighborhood, and other stakeholders to obtain primary data for evaluating results achievement, perceptions, subject matter discussions, and any other information that may be useful for the pilot project implementation. To improve program accountability, Benadi Regional Administration is encouraged to maintain a complaint handling mechanism related to the project's workplaces and labor conditions. Field supervisors should record the complaints and issues of cleanup workers and residents into tables provided in the field supervision protocol. However, field supervisors may not be willing to register complaints in the area they supervise. Thus, we recommend establishing a hotline so that workers or residents may call anonymously and leave their complaint or issues directly to a communication expert or designated person to deal with complaints. Now we move to the reporting component of the system. It comprised of basically progress or monthly reports and completion, final report. Progress report summarizes implementation activities and should provide clear information on the progress made, resources used, constraints identified, next steps planned, and lessons learned. Completion report or final report highlights the work and findings of the pilot project with technical and financial details of all project activities summarized, including lessons learned and recommendations for scaling up. The recommended content of the progress report: introductory part, where you provide information on the background, objectives, implementation context, and other introductory information. Pilot project status, including objectives achieved, activities undertaken, planned versus achieved deliverables, key project outputs, resources and budgets used, incidents and issues recorded, records from field supervision protocols, implementation plan, work plan, and schedules for the next period, lessons learned, and other details as may be necessary, and make sure to attach annexes comprising photos, field records, and other information that needs to be presented to stakeholders. The indicative structure of the completion or final report is suggested to include the same introductory part, project achievements and performance summary. It can be taken from progress reports, including objectives achieved, activities undertaken, key project outputs, resources and budgets utilized, lessons learned, conclusions and recommendations for scaling up, and any other annexes that are necessary and useful for stakeholders and readers of the report. The guideline, however, provides a more comprehensive explanation of this report's structure and components. Next, we consider some tips for effective and efficient report preparation. Make sure that your spelling is checked. You can do it using a computerized spell checkers, appropriate versions. There are plenty of web-based tools for doing this. Editing that must be done by the project team leader to correct any inconsistencies. Proofreading is also very useful to increase the quality of the report, and someone other than the author of the document must proofread the document. Thank you for watching this video, and we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and enjoy a variety of other videos related to pilot project implementation.